Hi, loves. It's Miss Shanda. How are you? And welcome to Shanda Says. You are officially entered into the pink room. Tonight, I wanted to do a special video for a young lady that wrote in, and it's not a one-on-one video. This is a video that I can share with all of you. Of course, I'm going to keep her name anonymous, but she wrote in. And this is something that I think many of us can relate to. She wrote in and asked me, well, let me give you her story. She's recently engaged for about 3 weeks, but there is an ex floating around. And the ex, she admits to having this strong hold on her, that he's able to just, whatever it is between them, he's able to manipulate her emotionally and possibly even intimately. She just can't seem to disengage from him in a way that, okay, if I don't see him, I'm great, but if he initiates contact, I don't know how to help myself or what to do or how to, you know, stay true to my fiance because this person has this connection with me. And I thought about that. I think there's always going to be someone in your life that, whether good or bad for you, there's just going to be this undeniable chemistry and this undeniable connection. And it's not always healthy, but it's evident and it's there. So, in thinking about how to help her, my thing was, okay, Sean, what advice are you going to give if this person has this kind of hold on her? Well, I always want to think about, why aren't they with you now? She stated that they actually were never really a couple. For whatever reasons, just circumstances never allowed them to be a couple. They just were friends with benefits. So right there, that's a red flag for me, that a man didn't do what he needed to do to make you his woman. Once you're friends with benefits, that's a clandestine thing that could go on forever, or, there's just no attachment. So it made me wonder about his attachment issues. Does he have issues with that? Also, too, the fact that he has such a strong hold on you. I'm wondering, is it sexual? Is it a sexual? Is it that the sex is that good? And admittingly, it happens to us. There are people in our lives that just, they turn us upside down when it comes to bed and sex and all type of crazy. It could even be that person is not necessarily good for you, but in bed, they're everything. We've all experienced that. Like, they say crazy pussy is good pussy, or crazy dick is, I guess it's the same. I know my language is raw, but we're in the pink room. We could do that. But yeah, I think that the fact that she's going to be married and someone who doesn't have commitment issues wants you to be their wife. And I think there's just a level of respect and a level of care and love that you have to treat that with, and reverence. And I always say that word, reverence. Reverence is such a beautiful word to me, because it just means that you just have an adoration and love and a respect, and that goes above and beyond the norm. So, when you're thinking about getting married, you want someone that has that capability to love you in the way that you need to be loved. And yeah, a friend with benefits is fun, but it wears out. But someone that's looking to marry you is looking to go the road with you, and ride the waves of up and downs of life with you, and you know build a family with you, and have something bigger than just sex. And that's the beauty of it. Also, too, you know, she mentioned the 80-20 rule. And are any of you familiar with the 80-20 rule? You guys got to excuse me, because I am suffering from allergies, and the pollen is all over the place. I'm puffy, I'm coughy, so yeah, that's why I'm all over the place. But anyway, the 80-20 rule. And if you're not sure what the 80-20 rule is in relationships, 80-20 rule means basically whoever you hook up with will not be able to give you 100%. Everything on your checklist that you want is just not going to be there. But if there's 80% there and there's that 20%, are they worth you being with them? To me, yes. Because anyone that comes in your life that is exactly perfect to me is a little scary, because I feel like that's a person putting on a front, and you haven't seen their true self yet. You know, that like they're trying to keep all the balls in the air to make you happy. And you want someone to just be natural with you and be themselves. And if what they're bringing to the table makes you happy 80% of the time, you know, to me, that's just a beautiful thing. And listen, the 20% is accountability. It's personal accountability. What are you bringing to the table? What is it that you can compromise on? What are you able to sacrifice or, um, you know, what is the word? Compromise. What are you able to compromise and bring in for that 20% where you guys could both be 100 together? And that's what it is. When it comes to marriages, when it comes to long-term relationships, they take commitment and they take work and they take compromise. They take sacrifice and they take love and commitment and all those words. And the thing is, finding someone that is worthy of that, that's what makes it so beautiful and that's what makes it so special. So if the ex calls, if he texts, be honest. Say, listen, I'm engaged now. And yeah, things between us was really great, but this is something that is important to me. This is someone that I love. This is a person that was willing to commit to me. And yes, you're crazy and you're funny and whatever that you love about this person, but it doesn't have a foundation. It doesn't have a foundation. And if you're looking to be married, if you're looking for something that's long term and you want to share your life with someone, that's just not what he is. And we as adults, and this is what it is, a lot of times we as adults give into our pleasures and into our passion. And sometimes that just does not always is a good place for us. We make bad decisions when it comes to sexuality sometimes, sensuality, passion. We don't always make great choices because we let our bodies lead, and that's not always the healthiest thing. And not to say those things aren't important, because you want those with someone that you're going to be with, but it's not a foundation for things to last. And it's not, there's more to it for marriage material. And if this is a person stepping up and they want to be your husband and they want to give you that commitment and give you that kind of, I mean, that's just a beautiful thing. Think about that. And I say that all the time. When it comes to love, no one has to love us. No one wakes up and says, okay, my job is to love. Love is by choice. And if someone loves us and is committed to us, wants to spend their life with us, and no, they're not going to be 100%, but if they're feeling like the love of your life, the love of your life to you, it's worth the work and it's worth the compromise. So think about that with the 80-20 rule. Think about those things and write into me too. Have you guys ever had somebody in your life that just, oh, you know they're not good for you, but just certain things about them just that you love, be it the sex or just the connection is there that may keep you from moving forward productively with someone else. And listen, admittingly, now I'm in a relationship that I have to tell you guys, I'm finally in a really good place after the breakup of my marriage. It was so difficult. It was very, very difficult. And it's not something I've publicly spoken about. You guys gotten some of the details about my breakup with my ex. And one day I will do a full video, but in terms of respecting him and myself and the union, I've kept things, kind of quiet. But I feel like this part I want to share, that no one knew how bad my divorce and my separation affected me. It was devastating for me. And it was not something I saw coming, and it was not something that I chose at the time. This was a person that decided that they did not want to be with me anymore. And that in and of itself was difficult for me to deal with. So, I will discuss those things um, in a later video. But for right now, it's about you guys. It's about y'all. Because I love you guys. Miss Shanda loves you so much. Write in to me. Let me know. Is there someone out there that is in your bones, that's under your skin, that's just hard to just let go? Is there someone out there that's hindering you from moving on and finding someone that's probably better for you than this person? Email me. Shanda says one at gmail.com. You could DM me on Instagram at Miss Shanda. Yeah. I'm on Twitter at Shanda Says. I am on Facebook under Shanda King Freeman. So, there's ways to contact me. Let me know. And again, if you want me to do a personal one-on-one with you, where I talk to you like this and say, listen, Jane, this is what you need to do. Email me and I will do a personal video for you. I love you guys. And I'll be back. We'll be back next week. What do you want to talk about? Next video, we're going to talk about sex because I've been keeping it about relationships, but we're going to talk about sex. Oh, real quick. I want to start doing videos on rebuilding. And I say this because as a woman who was married for a long time, I had to rebuild certain things, okay? So I just want to do some empowerment videos like I used to do. They're important to me, and a lot of you guys love that. So we're going to talk about credit next week and how to rebuild. And if you're not even familiar with it, sometimes we're not even raised that way to protect it, to make sure it's at a great number. So we're going to talk about those things. But until then, I love you. It's the weekend. It's almost here. The week went by fast. I love you. I'll see you soon. And give Miss Shanda a big kiss. Bye, babies.